My biggest life blessings came when I had panic attacks, anxiety disorder, when I was afraid of literally everything, and I cried like 22 hours per day. Today we are talking reasons why your manifestation isn't working and what exactly you can do to fix this. Hello, my name is Yul. I'm 30. I had a great career in marketing. I grew my YouTube channel to 100K in just 1 year. I traveled the world. I live in my dream home. But my journey started in a small town with no opportunities. My parents divorced. My mom working 5 jobs for us to survive. We were living in a dorm. I was bullied in school. And honestly, I had 0 prospects in life. So I kind of know something about manifestation, and I will tell you exactly how it works today. If you have a strong intention to change your life and break your generational cycles, watch till the end. Why is it so that you know all the manifestation techniques, you visualize, you listen to subliminals, but nothing works for you? Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think that's because you're a special butterfly? Or do you think that's because something is wrong with you? You need to find some secret technique that is gonna change this. And the more you look, the more you actually lose time while people around you getting what they want without any manifestation techniques. Why is this so unfair? First reason is that esoteric and manifestation community today doesn't really cultivate awareness and a state in which everything comes to you easily and naturally, but instead it cultivates infantilism, which takes you farther from your goal. The subtle deception of mainstream manifestation advice diverts your attention from truly important issues that you need to address. You pay too much attention to trivialities and you lose the important stuff. Ultimately, you don't get results, you get disappointed, and you spiral into self-destruction. Been there, done that. A great example of this is fear. Everybody tells you that fear is something you cannot feel in order to manifest. But you live in a 21st century where things are going crazy around us. The world is changing. Nothing is stable anymore. People lose their jobs. Economy is failing. Crazy things just happen all around us, and they tell you to think positively. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, this is not how it works. You become scared of your own fear because we are all anxious today. Our collective consciousness is anxious. You can feel what other people feel. Your psyche is not just in your brain, it's connected to your family system, to your town, to the people around you, your country, your nationality, and the humanity itself. You are scared of your fear, and this kind of manifestation advice only makes you more scared. You think if you're afraid of something, something bad will happen to you, or you will attract some bad stuff. But this is not how it works. My biggest life blessings came when I had panic attacks, anxiety disorder, when I was afraid of literally everything, and I cried like 22 hours per day. We believe that we need to be perfect, happy, and smiling for the universe to grant our success. But it doesn't make sense. You forget about infinite mercy and compassion that for some reason is spread throughout the whole universe, throughout space and time, and you know it. Saints were here to remind you that. We had Buddha who came to point this out to us. We had Jesus Christ. Whatever is your religion, there were people who came to point that out. You don't need to be perfect in order to receive love from the universe. You are too tense. You need to relax. You need to accept yourself for who you are. Trust that you can receive things that you want already now in this point of space and time. You don't need to change. You don't need to raise your vibrations. You don't need to become a perfect person. You don't need to do all of that stuff. You can do it already. Of course, I would lie to you if I would say that stay anxious, stay unhappy, and everything will come to you. That is possible. Of course, life feels much better when you are happy and when you are grateful, when you feel love. And that is why we have all these practices. but it's not причина-следствие. Second reason is systemic limitation, or what we call today generational trauma. One of the reasons things are not changing might be not your life events or your traumas. It might belong to someone of 7 generations before you and was passed on to you. Why does it happen and how it works? Space and time continuum is an illusion, just like the reality itself. As humanity, we went through a lot of bad stuff. And it is somewhere out there in the field, wants to be addressed. I know it's unfair, but this is how it is. If, for example, your great-great-grandmother had to marry an abuser and live with him her whole life, and for example, she wasn't able to leave him because back in the days she would have been excluded from society. Therefore, she had to suppress all her emotions, but they're not gone. Someone in the lineage would have to address these emotions one day. It would look like you feel something very strange which you cannot explain. You feel like there is something that does not belong to you, but for some reason it's in your body, it's in your system, and you need to solve it. Or the better example, you had a grandfather and he almost lost his life because of money, and he had to say no to money in order to survive, or he had to run and hide, and this actually helped and secured your lineage. This would be taken as a rule by your family system. So the rule would sound something like making a lot of money is not safe, and you bear this rule and you try to manifest a lot of money, but your system will never let you. No matter how much of manifestation advice you would watch and use, or how much you pay to a regular therapist who doesn't work with that kind of stuff and works with only current life situations. In order to fix that, you need to work with the energy field itself. And this is the whole other topic. If you're interested, please let me know in the comments and I will make a video about it. The third reason is that your manifestation happens through opportunities. You have to take them. Manifestation doesn't appear like someone came and put $1 million at your doorway. I know we all want it to be like that, but it's not how it works. It works through opportunities. The universe gives you opportunities that you must take in order for your manifestation to work. And you probably think, just do it and everything will work out. Yes, but no, because if you keep doing the same old thing, you will keep getting the same old results and it will be crap. You need to study the laws of money. You need to study how to work properly, how to deliver your job in the best way possible to your clients, to your community, to people around you, how to bring what is needed to be brought. You need to learn how this universe works so that you don't do some stupid actions that give you some stupid results. And the biggest problem that people have with this, they repeat the same strategy again and again after this strategy has brought you to something really shitty. Why? If your strategy doesn't work or if it brings you the bad results, you need to change the strategy. It's as simple as that. Okay guys, let me know what you're thinking in the comments. My name is Yul. Subscribe to my channel, put a like, and I will see you in the next one.